What's great about statues nowadays is not only are they getting better and better, but they come with cool stuff like light-up features. And if that's not enough for you, as the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. My name is Mr. X. Today we are looking at a Cyberpunk 2077 statue from Pure Arts. Now, as a disclaimer, I've never played this game. I've never played any of the Cyberpunk games. The reason why Johnny Silverhand is sitting here at the table with me is because Comic Concepts wanted to show this off, so they sent it to me for a quick review before I send it back. Now, I did do a little bit of research, and I found out that this statue is actually based off of Neo. That's right, Keanu Reeves. Side note, did you guys know that Will Smith actually turned down the role for Neo because it sounded stupid? A world within a world within a world? Anyway, back to this quarter-scale Cyberpunk piece. So Cyberpunk is a futuristic role-playing game. Now, this is specifically from 2077, which takes place in the year 2077. Now, Johnny Silverhand, as Keanu Reeves portrayed him in the video game, because nowadays video games are so advanced they actually have actors doing them, is an evil fucking dude. He is actually the reason your main character is dying and has to go on all these different quests. And he's a former rocker. You can see he has some robotic stuff going on. We're going to look at that during concept. And as you saw in the intro, Pure Arts went all out. Not only is this a very cool statue, but there is actually music built into this. 37 songs, I believe. They're just trying to get more and more advanced with more and more statues. But I think it ties well into the character. So let's start with that, starting with the concept of this piece. Now keep in mind, since I don't know the source material very well, I'm going to have some struggles on correlating that. So you have a street base. I assume this is in the future. Who knows what the future is going to look like? I mean, we're already past Judgment Day for Terminator 2. We're past Back to the Future 2. But a street base here where you have Johnny leaning against a post. And I said he's a pretty badass guy, but he's also very smooth. So you see some litter on the bottom. You see his guitar. This is the deluxe version. They don't always come with the guitar. He's leaning up against a poster in the back, which I'm sure has some reference to it. Just very casually, very badass, probably waiting to kill someone because he is a murderer. He's smoking a cigarette with his normal human hand. He's got a cybernetic left arm there. It almost looks like a bulletproof vest. What you can't see is he actually has a mixed media gun right on the back, which assumably is what he used for murdering people. But as you move up, not really a lot of other weapons. And like I said, he is just very casual with his trademark sunglasses on. And the likeness on this, we'll talk more about that during paint and sculpt, is really well done. They did a fantastic job. And I just realized I have my hands up here the entire time. I have no idea why. However, do you like my Johnny Silverhand dog tags? So anyway, I think the concept's pretty cool. Not knowing the character very well, so I really can't give it a fair ranking. But it does look kind of cool. And I've really been interested in a lot of the Cyberpunk pieces that a lot of the different companies have been coming out, just because the characters look cool in general. Now, design I can rate. So before we dive into that, let's talk about the unboxing and assembly. Pretty manageable box, which was always nice. Now, Pure Arts usually does a really nice job with art boxes, and this is not an exception to that. They did have instructions that were okay. More on how to operate it. We'll talk about that in a minute. 2 different layers. The first layer had the body and a lot of these accessories that you see. And the second was mostly the base and a few other items. So you saw I had a little trouble with the bottom here despite the fact they had directions because there's almost a little small keyhole, but nothing goes in it. So I'm not sure where the pizza box goes. The rest of the stuff, I assume you can put it wherever you want. And then, of course, there is the light up feature. So here's a picture of it without the light up feature. And then here's a picture with the light up feature on. Another cool part is the flashing and kind of the movie effect projection that's happening in the back right here. I think it adds a whole nother level to the light up feature. And honestly, it's really, really impressive. Now, it does have a COA. I didn't fully open it because, again, this isn't mine. I have to send it back, and it does have a stand for that COA. So that's kind of nice. Something Pure Arts seems to do a lot on their pieces. And, of course, we have the music front. So, first of all, they even gave a remote because, like I said, there is a playlist of 37 different songs. And, again, I didn't put a battery in the remote because I'm sending this back. But if you didn't want to use the remote, on the actual back, which is attached via an AC adapter, that's why I'm not spinning it around, there is a plethora of buttons to repeat, fast forward, go through the playlist. That is pretty cool. One other semi-display option you have besides being able to move the stuff around in the bottom is you can display him with or without his sunglasses. Not only do you see the picture here of him without his sunglasses, and we're going to look at that closer in Paint and Sculpt, but with his sunglasses, then there's another pair of sunglasses that actually has the back earpieces, which these can't physically go on him, so I assume you could put them in his hand or somewhere else on the base if you displayed him without his sunglasses, because I know they're kind of a trademark of his personality. And then, of course, you actually get life-size dog tags of Johnny Silverhand, which isn't his real name. His real name was Robert Linder. So now let's measure him. So he is 1/4 scale, 4 times smaller than a real-life version. You're only about 11 inches wide at the most. For exact dimensions, go to Comic Concepts website. You're just under 21 inches. And then the deepest point is just under 10 inches. So it's very displayable. While I wouldn't use the music element personally, I think that's cool. Light up feature is decent. And I love the different things that are going on. So I think the design's a 5 out of 5. I'm actually really impressed. They did a really nice job. Paint and Sculpt, Pure Art seems like it's hit and miss. This one I really like, especially Johnny Silverhand. That's really a knockout of the park. Take a look. Now down at the base here, kind of like I said, this murky street, I think it looks great. They did a really nice job with the pavement. Not only the paint, but the sculpt, getting the right color in there. And then the little Easter eggs, the extra stuff, like it's a littered future. Miniature models of coffee cups and soda cans and beer, and then some tequila in the back. Looks great. Very impressed with this. I like the light up feature here. It's obviously turned off right now. Guitar looks a little plasticky, but I think it fits well with the game. Actually has actual strings and a strap, so that is mixed media. Most of this is sculpted other than his gun, which we'll have a quick look at as well. Also like the fade on the piping here. Gives you that industrial city feel. And here's the back, just so you guys can see the buttons I was speaking about. Speakers. So not something you'd want to show, but of course you'd show it from the front. So right there is his gun. So it's actually a mixed media or fabric pouch, but the gun itself is sculpted. Pretty cool. I think that's his trademark gun. They did a really nice job with his clothing. Not only the shine on the boots, but the stitching, and then the folds and creases in his leather pants as he moves up. And then it looks like real leather. They did a very, very nice job. I'm really impressed with that. His belt looks okay. I think the pants are much better. Not only the material, but they just look really good. Then his vest here, kind of like a, almost like a police vest. And again, I don't know the game well enough, but look at the rips and the wear, and it looks real. And it almost looks like there's some padding on there. This is fully sculpted. That's really impressive. Here's his dog tags. Those are mixed media as well. You can kind of lay them however they want. He has some tattoos, but I think they did a nice job with the skin. A little bit skinny for Keanu, in my opinion, but of course the character could be. But even look at the detail of the lit cigarette. Let me try and focus on it here. Pretty cool. His robotic arm looks awesome, in my opinion. So much circuitry and gadgets, and again, a lot of wear on it. Now, a lot of the characters I've seen from this have a lot of robotic parts, cybernetic organisms. But back up to the vest here, even look at like the straps. That's fully sculpted, really nice. Now the portrait. That's a really good Keanu portrait. While it's based off of the game, not him in real life, I still think they did a nice job. Look at how the hair falls, the individual strands. The facial hair is fully sculpted. I like the expression. Certain angles are more of a Keanu take back than others. Like right there looks really good. I had no idea Keanu actually played him in the video game, but when I pulled the portrait out of the box, it's like, oh, clearly that's Keanu Reeves. And then you have the decal on the back of the game or band or whatever that is it's playing. But I think that blue on top, so the wall he's landing against, just has kind of a nice contrast to the other colors they've chosen. So really impressive with the paint and sculpt on this piece, honestly. I think I said sometimes Pure Arts is a hit and miss. This is definitely a hit in my opinion. All right, so regarding the likeness, as we talked about, one of the things you got to remember is this isn't based directly off Keanu Reeves. It's based off of what Keanu Reeves looks like in this video game. And I think they got it damn close. Really, really close. I would say the likeness to Keanu Reeves himself is probably like 90-95% if I had to wage it. But based off the screenshots of the game, I would say even closer. So regarding the sculpt, I love the outfit. We talked about that. I think the sculpt is a very strong 4 out of 5. They did a really, really nice job on this. Paint is also incredibly clean. I really like how all the colors still represent kind of this dingy future. So I think it's a 4 out of 5 on the paint as well. Very, very strong. All right, so now is this statue worth it? Because it is a little bit pricey. So retail was $850 for the regular and $900 for the exclusive. Now the edition size for both, I don't know how many in each one, but is a total of 2,077, which again for you rocket scientists out there is when the story took place. The deluxe, which is $50 more, has the guitar. Now keep in mind, while this is a little bit more expensive for a quarter scale statue, especially compared to like Sideshow collectibles, but not compared to like Prime 1 or XM, which are actually even more expensive, you get the light up feature, you get the sound, so there's a lot more that's going into this. So I think the value is really strong if you're a big fan, but that is a higher edition size too, so you got to keep that in mind. So I think the value is a 3 out of 5. It's not great, but I think if you bought it and down the road you wanted to sell it, you'd probably get your money back because Cyberpunk does have a decent following. All right, so to pick this or any other statues or Hot Toys pieces up, make sure to check out comic-concepts.com. The link will be in the description below. But they have so many different brands, it's crazy. Everything from Hot Toys to J&D Studios, Prime 1 Studios, Sideshow, one-offs. I think I've probably bought about 30 pieces, maybe 40 pieces from them. They are absolutely fantastic. Their prices are second to none. They have a point system. Make sure to go check them out. Again, there will be a link in the description. It's not an affiliate link. But they also sell a lot of other stuff like display cases and art prints. Absolutely worth checking out. Excellent customer service. Thank you to Comic Concepts for sending me this piece. I'm a big fan of yours, as you know, because you get lots and lots of my money. Now, does this have the X factor? Is this a 5 out of 5 statue? For me, it's not, simply because I have no ties to the source material. But it is a very cool statue. You know, when Comic Concepts asked to send this so I'd have a review, I was like, I don't even know who that is. And he's like, you'll like it, trust me. He was right. He was absolutely right. This is a pretty cool piece. I do like it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 statue overall because I really like some of the stuff they did with it. I am impressed. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Thank you guys for tuning in. More importantly, please make sure you've commented so you have a chance to win a statue. Hit that like button. It's easy and free. And more importantly, check out Comic Concepts. Thank you so much to them for sending this. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.